Hey guys, Coach Simpson coming to you again. This is night number four of situational football. So you can go back on this YouTube channel and look up the different situations I've already talked about. We talked about red zone football, third downs, hash plays, and then today the other situation I want to get into is this one: players over plays. A lot of times situational football, we think of all of the third down and sixes and the second down and shorts and the red zone. We think of that stuff. We think of the hash stuff. Sometimes we lose the forest for the trees. Our game is made up of players. Okay, so before you even get into plays, you need to consider the players, who you're getting the ball to. If you're on offense, if you're on defense, how you're going to defend their best players. Okay, so these are different things you need to think about, but I do think it is situational football. It's something as a coach. I just put out a new book, Coaching Football Like a Basketball Coach. The basketball coaches do a great job of is they create matchups for their best player against a weaker player. As football coaches, you're starting to see that. The great ones in the game are doing that. And I'm doing a lot of research on those guys because I'm trying to better myself so that I can do that for my players. But they figure out ways that no matter who they're playing, they get their best player the ball in a great position. And that's a great coaching job. And that's something I want to get better at. So this is something I've been exploring. So here's the questions that I'm asking, and that you need to ask as well. One, if I motion or shift my personnel grouping, or my formation, am I gaining something from that? Okay, and there's a lot of things that go into that. And you might be motioning a player to get him a matchup, or you might be motioning a player as a decoy to get eyes off of maybe your better player. Okay, so if I motion or I shift my front, am I getting a different matchup? Am I getting a better matchup? And that can be in the passing game, that's easily seen, but it can also be in the running game. If I shift, am I gaining a numbers advantage? Now my best player might be my running back. We're going to give him the ball, and we just gained a number in the running game. So that's the same concept. It's not always just passing. Okay, but if I motion or shift, is that getting my best player an advantage or one of my better players? Good offenses, you want to try to use multiple players, but you also want to make sure your better guys, you have plays for them. Okay. Second one is this: in your offensive system, can you move your guy from one spot to another spot pretty seamlessly and do multiple things from that? Does he understand, okay, let's say, for example, maybe your best player plays X receiver. Well, they put their all-state corner out there, and they're going to double in with a safety. Can you move your guy, or are you just going to concede he's out of the game? Or I'm going to force the ball from my player against your best player? Or can you, as a coach, move him formationally, shifts or motions? Can you get him lined up at a slot? Can you get him moved over to the right side of the field? Can you move him? A lot of times coaches don't, and those are easier coaches to defend because you know where their best player is going to be, easy to defend. Same thing with running back. Maybe your running back's your best player. Well, can you get him matched up out at receiver, at slot, from the backfield? How are you going to do that? So when you're designing your offense, you need to always think about, can I move these guys to multiple spots, either by formation, by shifting and moving, or by teaching my kids the concepts of whatever we're trying to run, where I just move them to another position. Because what you don't want to do is get into a game where a team has decided we're going to take this guy away, and you just have to let them do it. So can you move your guy around? Last one we'll get to is, who are we going to attack? Who are we going to attack? Who are we going after? Even great defenses are going to have a less talented guy somewhere. You'll see great defenses are going to have really good ball players. So your job as an offensive coach is to try to find the better matchup and make sure you attack that. Okay, and that can be done, again, by the same things here. You may shift or move your line to run at a weaker player. You may run weak this week to run at this guy. Okay, you may move a player who's normally an outside receiver to a number 3 in trips to get the matchup you want. You may take your running back and move him out. So who are we going to go after? Again, flip this around defensively and think about, can you answer these questions inside your defensive system? Okay, when the team motions and shifts, how quickly can you adjust? Okay, when the team moves their best player from here to there, are you going to be able to handle that, or are you going to end up with a linebacker matched up on their guy? That's not good. Okay, and then who on your defense do you know probably is one of your weaker guys? How are you compensating for that? Are you giving that guy help? Are you allowing him maybe some cheats alignment-wise to help him? But you need to be very self-aware of what people are going after and being able to help coach that kid up. Because you obviously feel he's one of your best 11 to be out there, but you may know, hey, we need to give this guy some help, or give this guy some kind of things that we can do formationally to give him a little bit of extra. Okay, so those are the things you need to think about. Situational football is understanding personnel. Personnel will win and lose games, and as a coach, it is your job to give your kids the best opportunity possible. Something I'm diving into heavily this offseason, because as a coach, that's something we need to be studying every single year. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you'd like more information about my specific offense, or if you got other questions that I might be able to help, or we can help each other with, feel free to reach out to me, fbcoachsimpson@gmail.com. Thank you.